And, Coach, we come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Ready. 58, come on. He's time to win. He's time to run. 66, push, high. That's it.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Olivier Vernon in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Let's put that team on the front.
Here's carry number 1 for Kenneth Dixon. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Steps away, and he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the 1st down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. On 1st down, they go with Dixon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Check. Come on. Watch the pass. 58, right over there.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. On 3rd down, Jackson. He's going to look deep down the field and unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Here's the second-year man from San Diego State, Rashad Penny. Now 3rd down is looming, a pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Kill, kill, kill.
Alert, 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 alert.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Jackson on 1st down. He's got his man. It's Andrews. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson to the right side and complete to Hurst. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. 2nd year with the Ravens for Hurst. He didn't have the rookie season he was hoping for, just 13 catches. Remember, he's older than the average 2nd-year player. He spent 2 seasons as a pitcher in minor league baseball before hanging up the glove and heading to the gridiron. Now he says he's more determined than ever. Put on 20 pounds of muscle in the offseason. Says he's on a mission with a lot to prove this year. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. To throw is Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson will throw again. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers. Now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
And the Ravens 1st down.
First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Jackson from the shotgun. Rolling to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Well, you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards. They're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
This is the rookie from Oklahoma State, Justice Hill. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Justice Hill, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard...
Odell Beckham Jr. Well, all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Point after, right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot, because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
53, Mike, 53. Guys, game situation. Let's go.
7-7, our score after 1. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett was sack number 23 on the year, breaking Michael Strahan's mark of 22.5. Congratulations. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. On 2nd down, it's Hill. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 37.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there, and that'll bring up second down.
Come on, set. Pittsburgh. Here we go.
Back to the ground, it's Hill. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Let's get off the field, Dave.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
58, come on.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. Jackson now, 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Here we go. Shit.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Seth Roberts, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. Matt Judon there to bring him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 7, Mayfield. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
180.
Check pass. Strong right.
We got that.
And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. An effective 7-yard third down conversion.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator? Dialing that one up into great success.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. From the gun, Mayfield. And he fires one incomplete. The rookie DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. They go play action. Mayfield going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. That is caught by the former Gator, Antonio Callaway. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with Dixon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Nick Boyle that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson, they set up the screen to Hill. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. The Ravens on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
First down, Ravens.
Nice throw there by Jackson. You think about what a boost he gave Baltimore the middle of last year, led them to victories in 6 of their last 7 games as a starter, replacing Joe Flacco, who had the hip issue. And that strong finish was good enough for the Ravens to capture their first AFC North crown since 2012. And now Jackson's a known commodity. He's the unquestioned starter, and with increased expectations and pressure on the former Heisman Trophy winner. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Jackson now. Going to throw again. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Switch. Go.
To throw is Jackson on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
On 2nd and 2, Mayfield is going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Metcalf once again the target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd down and 10.
Good. 180.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. Past the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
I got it. Check number 6.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He's got Njoku over the middle. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
Hey, we got to get the stop here, D. What's it?
55.
Pistol.
Hey, eat.
Mayfield down. Escaping the pressure right. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. David Njoku, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And once again, the Browns are back in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 17-14. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the
Jackson, option right. And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. From the gun, it's Jackson. Buying time to his left. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Under the category of obvious, you hate giving up a first down on 3rd and long. And somehow he finds his way downfield and picks it up.
If you look at the coverage defensively, oh, this is great, but no one accounted for him at the quarterback spot.
At some point, you actually have to tackle him and get him on the ground short of the first down marker.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
From the 35 on 2nd down, Jackson. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Jackson now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. A handoff out of the pistol. It's Dixon. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. He finds Roberts complete. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. That's pulled in by the rookie from Notre Dame, Miles Boykin. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he is all the way up past the 25. Charles, he lost a fumble last week as well, so now back-to-back weeks, maybe you expect that from your tailback, but not him.
You're exactly right, because you work a lot with your running backs about how they have to protect the ball in traffic. But downfield in open space, that's dangerous as well because you may make someone miss, and their flailing hand can knock the ball away if you don't tuck it away.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Who that? God.
Mayfield off the play fake. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss. But with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Mayfield on first down. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter of play. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Mayfield with it once more. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted to...
There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each ending in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack, or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Hey, alert, 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 alert! Hey, Zoo! My touch!
Play fake. Mayfield. And he rifles one incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku. And that takes us from second to third down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now.
On third down, Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. He finds Beckham complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues. Well, I'm sure he likes this performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the fourth quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes. All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Throwing on second and 8. Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They need to get this to the 24 on third down. Mayfield. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 21. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
From the 21, it's second and 10.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be third down.
Set, 180. Set.
Three down.
Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Jackson to throw. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Jackson from the shotgun. On the move to his left. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Well, everyone in this stadium knows Jackson can do that as well as any QB in the league. They talked about limiting some of his running this year, especially the design runs, but he's still going to scramble when he feels he has green in front of him. He led all quarterbacks last year, 695 yards rushing. And keep in mind, 80% of those came in the 7-game stretch when he was named starter late in the season. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now it's Jackson. Flushed out right. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness, off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost him.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance.
And he comes back with one complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 31-yard line.
Pardon, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with Dixon. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Second and 7 at the 20-yard line.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Mayfield. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now Rashad Penny. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
2nd and 2 at the Ravens 16.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was Baker Mayfield who led the way. The #1 pick in 2018. He showed why he was so coveted.
And it was interesting because you remember headed into the draft in 2018, the projections on where Baker Mayfield was going to go, it varied. But rarely did anyone suggest he would go #1 overall. And he did. Showed exactly why. It's not just how he plays. It's not just his arm and his vision. It's the leadership. It's the toughness. It's the moxie that he exhibits. And his teammates just feed off of it.
So for the Browns, the win is their 8th on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
The Chargers are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock.
The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Chiefs are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The Jaguars are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Panthers are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The Browns are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Giants are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock.